What's up? This is Antonio, and I'm sitting here with our client Charles Gibbons, and our client has become conversational. So I thought I'm just inviting him for an interview to talk about the story on how exactly we have helped him to get there and inspires you to become conversational as well. So, Charlie, how much do you speak Spanish now?
So honestly, Tony, since starting with you, I speak Spanish every single day. No excuses. I mean, comparing to before in particular, I would normally I would almost run away from opportunities to have new conversations with people, especially because of my level of confidence and kind of stay in my same lane of, the things I like to order that I know I can order, the things I like to drink that I know I can order, that sort of thing. But now, conversations are much more unique in particular, with new people. And that's probably the best part of it for me.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Well done.
Gracias.
And now let's go into to show your Spanish, your fantastic
Vale.
Spanish. So, en primer lugar, ¿podrías presentarte?
Sí, claro, Tony. Estoy contento de presentarme ahora. Me llamo Charlie. Nací en Inglaterra en diciembre. Soy un bebé de invierno. Em, Antes de vivir en España, vivía en un pueblo grande llamado Macclesfield y viví ahí cuando era joven también. Pero me mudé a España hace 5 años, más o menos. Durante mi carrera trabajé en ventas y desarrollo de tecnología. Entonces ahora soy consultor de ingresos para la industria de alquileres, ¿vale? Y ahora yo vendo una plataforma de ingresos para compañías dentro de la industria de alquileres también, ¿vale? Ahora tengo 32 años y mi cumpleaños es en diciembre, como he dicho antes. Y con respecto a mis hobbies, lo que más me gusta es hacer terapia de frío, con baños de hielo también. Y es parte del método de Wim Hof. Y los ejercicios de Wim Hof son muy buenos para la salud. Además, me gusta tocar la guitarra y he aprendido mucho durante el último año. Y me gusta ir a ver muchos conciertos de música. Por ejemplo, Primavera Sound es el mejor y yo voy cada año. Me gusta mucho. Bueno, ¿qué más? Por ahora yo vivo en Barcelona y me encanta la soledad. Claro, me gusta ir de copas con mis amigos, pero también me gusta ir a los museos en Barcelona, especialmente Moco. Es un museo de arte. Pero también con mi novia vamos a la playa, al cine y cosas normales. También me gusta el clima, claro. Antes de comenzar contigo, aprendí mucho siempre, pero nunca salí con confianza después las clases. Y también viví en España durante mucho tiempo, es verdad. Y siempre quería estar más integrado con la gente y aprender más de las diferentes culturas, ¿vale? Y también, finalmente, necesitaré seguir aprendiendo español cada día. Y tengo una meta de hablar español con fluidez para finales de este año.
Fantástico. Vale, ahora vamos a compartir tu experiencia en inglés.
Okay.
Entonces, how did you feel before starting our coaching?
I suppose in terms of how I felt with my level,
Mm-hmm,
I mean, simply I felt a bit ashamed and a bit
mm-hmm,
embarrassed.
mm-hmm,
I was conscious for how long I lived in Spain, but also maybe a bit separated from people. I
mm-hmm,
didn't have very much confidence to approach. I didn't have a lot of
mm-hmm.
confidence to approach new people, especially
Yeah.
if I knew that I might speak Spanish. And yeah, I would say like a lack of confidence kind of underpinned my whole level in Spanish throughout my
Mm-hmm.
time living in Spain before I really started working with you.
And now, how do you feel after becoming conversational in Spanish?
Yeah, I mean, it's where really the biggest difference is. Like,
Mm-hmm,
I think, again, if I could kind of attach one phrase to it, it's just being more comfortable in my own
mm-hmm,
skin or being myself in front of people.
mm-hmm,
I feel a lot more confident having new conversations with new people. If anything, that kind of makes it exciting again,
mm-hmm.
especially in work or outside of work in my personal life, kind of being comfortable to walk up to anyone and introduce myself. And yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know it's it in one way I feel very proud of myself because I feel like I've come a long way, but in the other hand, I feel like I finally put into perspective how far
Mm-hmm.
I have to go in order to really reach that level of fluency that, I'm going to still keep chasing.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, I just feel extremely satisfied, extremely happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And what did you like the best about our coaching here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things to like. I like how
Mm-hmm.
personalized everything was. Every message
Mm-hmm.
that I received every day, whether it was about my exercises or feedback in relation to the ones I'd done, it was always
Mm-hmm.
specific to me. I think the personal touch is something that like you can't oversell really in the way that,
Mm-hmm.
I know every time I go to classes that the teachers I'm working with understand my
Mm-hmm.
mindset as much as the
Mm-hmm.
good things as maybe the things I need to work on in my own mindset
Mm-hmm.
too. So I always felt like I was getting the right push in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously, some days happier to receive the push than others, but that's life.
Mm-hmm.
And I really just felt like I benefited from a tailored course that was built to kind of my specifications to help me get to where I wanted to go. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
personal touch.
That's great. And also, how has it impacted your life in Spain?
It's a great question. It's
Mhm,
honestly hard. It's hard to gauge. I think just because it's had so much impact in my personal and professional life so far. I mean, like for example, meeting new people in work,
mhm,
being conscious of the fact that I live and work in Spain. You
mhm,
obviously want to follow and have confidence with like cultural norms and like introducing yourself, getting to know new people, understanding who they are. I feel like I don't second guess myself when I have those conversations now, even though I still make mistakes. Like I
mhm,
think I'm a lot more comfortable to make those mistakes and a
mhm,
lot more comfortable to correct myself after. I think that's for me one of the biggest changes as well in my personal life. Maybe I would run away from opportunities to have unique conversations, whether it would be
mhm,
with new people or having a slightly different conversation in a bar than what you're used to, or in the restaurant, especially.
mhm,
And maybe, I felt that to a certain extent that limited my own
mhm,
experience of things and, opportunities in life, both in and out of the city and
mhm,
across the country. So I think it's hard to measure because again, it's impacted every part of my life in and
mhm,
every previous perception I had of limitations and now kind of more opportunities to learn, keep learning and learn more. But yeah, a huge
mhm,
impact. It's
mhm,
it's it's awesome. I'm super happy.
mhm. Great. And also, Charlie, who would you recommend this coaching to?
I mean, I think it's relevant to anyone who's interested to learn Spanish, but in particular to like young professionals, I think
Mhm,
also.
mhm,
But really, again, relevant to anybody of any age group who's working in a professional setting, maybe like me, makes excuses for yourself in terms of your own time. And I don't think anybody can deny how busy that we are nowadays in life. I know you, Tony, as well, are always going, but there's no excuse for not making time in your own life for something like this, especially if you live in the country, because of how far it can take you throughout the rest of your life, right? So anybody who feels maybe limited in terms of what they can do, who they can talk to, what they want to do, but in particular, anybody who in work feels the same limitations I did before I started in terms of being your own person and you know, expressing yourself, like that's who I'd really recommend it to more than anyone else.
Perfect. So thank you very much, Charlie.
My pleasure.
Let's keep crushing it.
Yeah, and thank you, Tony, for all the work that you and your team have done. Like, I can't thank you enough. Thank you for equipping me with all the tools to go in and, like you say, crush it every day.
Perfecto. Muchas gracias, Charlie.